Hello viewer, welcome to another episode of Women's View. It's a great honor to have you with us once again today, and we want to welcome you to the show. I want to remind you again that we are live on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is GPS TV Kenya. We're also live on Facebook. The handle is GPS Kenya. In case you want to send us a message, please feel free to do so. The number to use is 21144. 21144. So today we have a very interesting lady in studio, and before we start the show, I want to just introduce the topic, and then I'll give her an opportunity to introduce herself. Today's topic is one that is very familiar to a lot of us. It's basically getting unstuck from your painful past. A lot of times we go through experiences in our past which are very difficult to deal with. It could be the loss of a loved one, it could be a heartbreak, it could be just conflict in relationships or at the workplace. So these are just difficult circumstances which sometimes we find it very hard to get over. So she's going to be telling us how to get unstuck from such situations. So let me give her this opportunity to introduce herself. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Hello viewer, my name is Angela Katua. I'm a motivational speaker and a life coach. Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you, and we'll just get right into the show. But before we start, I want us to have a little bit of background about yourself. Okay. Tell us where you grew up and a little bit about your education.
I grew up back in Makueni, in a small village called Kitise. And I was brought up in a home of many kids. My mother had 10 children.
What is your birth order?
I'm the eighth born.
Eighth born, okay.
Yes,
nice.
I'm the eighth born.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm confusing the number because some of them have passed away along the way. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And I went to my primary school there, and my high school went to Kitui, a school called Mulango Girls.
Yes.
Then after that, I went to my college in Strathmore.
Okay. So now you came to Nairobi?
Yes, I came to Nairobi.
Did you have to stay with one of maybe your siblings?
I stayed with my brother.
I know. He was already ahead of you, right?
Yeah, yeah. He started parenting me when he was even a bachelor.
You gave him good experience.
Yes,
I hope it paid off with his. You were his firstborn.
Yeah, I still am.
I still am.
Nice.
Okay.
He still treats me like a daughter.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and after that, I finished my college. I got a job in an Indian farm.
Did you take a long time to get a job, or you just got one? The first one that you applied to, you got?
It was a connection. I think I was lucky to know someone who knew
good.
someone.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a connection. I got that job, and I worked there for 6 years. It was a construction farm.
Oh, nice.
After the 6 years, I resigned and went to do my own construction work.
Wow, so you're a go-getter. Okay. That's
awesome. I think something used to push me to not like being employed, and I wanted to be an employer.
Exactly, that's the thing, to create these jobs that we want for our youth, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we wait for the government to create them, and it should, but we can also be used in that process.
That is true. And sometimes I even remember my parents, when things used to get hard now when I'm in business, they would tell me, go back to employment. And I tell them, if I go to employment, when will I be an employer myself?
Exactly.
That's my dream. I want to create opportunities for other people.
Okay.
So I continued working on my own now for some time.
What was the name of your company?
High Crate Kenya Limited.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I continued. I was doing interior design. I was doing the styling, finishings.
Yes.
Cabro works, anything to do with kurembesha nyumba.
I know, and you know that's actually, like, of course the foundation matters and everything, but what you see is the finishings.
Yes.
So it needs to be really well done.
That's true.
Okay.
And then my passion grew now to becoming a contractor. So I became a contractor. I'm actually one of the few first members of the Kenya Federation of Master Builders.
Really? Well
Yes.
done. And you're a woman at that, Excellent. Women in real estate,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
now, basically, because before you were doing mostly finishing, when you became a contractor, now it meant that you would do the entire construction.
Construction, yes.
Of mostly houses, roads, civil works. Which kind of construction?
Houses.
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 Okay.
I did some dormitories for a school. I did water tanks. I did a church.
Wow, lots of experience.
Personal houses. Yeah, it was a good experience.
Okay.
And along the way now, I was feeling like I have it all, you know.
And economically, you're empowered.
Yes.
You're a director at your company. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, and along the way, I was a parent. I became a parent. I had a baby.
Okay.
And the relationship didn't work well. But then after some time, I started feeling like I need to settle down with someone.
Yes.
I used to feel that I think I didn't know that you can be complete on your own.
Yes, I know. A lot of times people actually feel like they're incomplete until they meet somebody else. It's a very common
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah. And we develop this craving of having someone in your life, and you feel that when this person comes into your life, now you're going to be okay, acceptable in the society. Even your life is going to be okay. Your kid is going to call someone daddy.
Exactly.
So I fell in love with someone.
And there's also sometimes lots of pressure from family and friends. Did you experience that?
I never got that pressure from my family. Yeah, I think the pressure was just from within.
Mostly from within.
Yeah,
okay.
It was mostly from within. And even, when you're having friends who have gotten married, you want to keep those friends.
Yes.
And you feel left out when they're going out with their, or maybe they're even talking about their husbands.
Exactly.
And you are still there,
You feel like the third person, the third wheeler.
Yeah, so I met someone who seemed ready for that.
Congratulations, right? Mission accomplished.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after a while, we courted for some time, a few months. And then this guy was a foreigner. And he never really appeared to be, he appeared to be very there, like he's ready to keep this family.
Okay. Very committed, very present.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually,
I like the way you're saying appeared. Okay.
We used to spend so much time together.
Though he was a foreigner, he was in Kenya.
Yeah.
He was residing here. Oh, okay.
So he had so much free time, Yeah, but he was still working.
Okay.
And he had a company of, he used to bring footballers, to take footballers out in other countries.
Okay.
A football agent. So we stayed together. He moved into my house actually. After some time, we realized that because his house is small, there's no point of me moving. Let me just bring him in.
Yeah, because you had a business going. You're like,
I have the business, I have the money, I have the son, and I have a big house, and I have a big heart also.
Yeah. Okay.
So he moved in, and he became daddy and husband.
Okay.
Just like that. And after some time, we continued relating. Now he took part of the husband. I became the wife, and I submitted, and his business wasn't doing so well.
Okay.
And along the way, just a few months after that, I got pregnant. Yeah, we actually were looking for a baby together. Okay. So I got pregnant, and I wasn't very energetic to work.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So my money, I would support him more in doing his business.
Okay.
So I would give him the money, invest in his business. And apparently nothing was really forthcoming.
Yeah, it was like just a drain on your finances, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, the investment was not working out.
I don't believe. I think there was a lot of foreplay, a lot of hidden things that I didn't foresee, and so I kept on supporting. For me, I looked at it like I'm supporting my family.
Yes.
So, and then eventually I realized that I'm getting broke, and he's broke. So we decided let him go back to his country. He comes from Ghana. He's a Ghanaian. So he went back to his country, and he was going to. The agreement was he's going to sell some things and come back with some money so that we invest here.
Okay.
And doing the math, it used to look like it's going to be good money.
Of course, I know. And because you're an accountant, I'm sure he had some math, some paper, some numbers that you were working with, crunching here and there.
Big promises and talking big and all that. So he went, and when he was going, I didn't even have cash.
Okay.
To support him in buying a ticket. So I sold my car. I bought him a ticket. We had some debts. I paid the debts, and we stayed.
You sold your car to get his ticket?
Yes.
Okay.
And pay some debts.
Okay.
And the guy went. I was 5 months pregnant.
Oh, wow. And you're not even being able to work so much. You said you needed a lot of bed rest.
Yeah. My pregnancy was not very friendly.
Yes.
If I can say.
And it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he went he was to come back before I give birth. That's about 3 months after he left.
Okay.
Then he didn't come. I had my baby. I got my baby. He supported a little. He kept on supporting kidogo. But it wasn't really. He wasn't really doing well. So I moved from the big house now to a smaller house of 2-bedroom, so that I manage. Then after I gave birth, we decided instead of him coming, why don't we relocate?
Yes, you and your 2 children go to Ghana.
Yeah, go to Ghana.
Okay.
Because he used to show me that he has a house there. And I would talk to his sisters, his mother, his father. And I felt like I'm welcomed. And the sisters used to call me. They would tell me that they are waiting for me. And so now when we decided to go, I started now selling my house items. I gave some out. I remember even one lady came and carried a whole vehicle for our children's home.
A whole vehicle?
Yeah, of things, my clothes and
okay.
I packed
Car
everything.
Full. You're ready for your new life.
Yes, yes. I packed everything, and the only thing now that was left was a suitcase of my clothes and my babies.
Yes.
And we moved into my sister's house.
Okay.
And we agreed that he's going to send us the tickets. I'm going to work on the passports.
Okay.
So I got my baby's passports, and he never sent the tickets.
All this time, are there people in your life who are like walking this journey with you?
Yeah, my sisters, my parents, they never used to like what I'm doing. They used to tell me, "Are you really sure what you're doing? This guy doesn't seem to be
They didn't
right."
trust him.
Yeah.
Okay, but you didn't quite feel their. It was like a gut feeling. So there was no evidence even on their part. It was just a gut feeling, like, "Hey, this gentleman is a bit off." But for you, you didn't feel, so you just continued going ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the fact that I was talking to his family there, and actually, when now he moved in, some of his footballers were around, and they moved into my house also, and they used to tell me the way this guy is nice, is this, is that. So that they're praising him so much, and I'm kind of okay now, because I don't need to confirm anything from anyone.
Yes.
And even when I visited my parents back at home with him, my father didn't like him.
Okay.
My father told me, no, I don't see.
That's good. He was very honest. He was very honest. Sometimes it's difficult when you can see your daughter is in love, and here you are feeling,
Yeah.
But he overcame that, and he told you his true
there's
assessment of him.
There's a way our parents, or someone who is older than you, sees things that you don't see.
It's true. Yeah.
But
of course, we never hear,
I didn't hear. I didn't hear. I felt like these people are just...
They've been against me.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. I
finally
made it.
Him, and I know it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, now what happened? After that...
So you got the passports?
Yeah.
But the ticket didn't come?
The tickets didn't come. We waited and waited and waited up to, I think, October. My son had stopped going to school.
Of course.
For our whole
You had
term.
basically halted everything.
Yeah, and we're being housed by my sister now.
Oh my, okay.
So now my son is not in school, and we are just there waiting for nothing. And so I realized.
And your business, you've basically
kind of put everything
on hold.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, and now I took my son to. I started now doing homeschooling
Yes.
myself. So I kept on training him, and luckily he's a sharp boy. He could, and I think I knew what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah.
So at what point did you realize this is not going to work? The tickets are not going to come.
After waiting for all that time, and every week it's like 2 weeks. Next week.
Give me more time. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, in 2 weeks it's going to come. Trust me, baby. And he's updating me every day. So, but
keeping
now
your hopes up.
When it became like now it's like a song. Is when I realized I'm being played. It's either I'm being played or I was still believing in him.
Yeah.
That he was going to make it. Then later on, now we decided let him come now.
Okay.
And this time round, if he comes, we do things the right way. So if he comes and he's coming to stay with me, he has to do things the right way. Come with his parents, we go
go home
and we do the right process.
Okay.
I think now the sanity came back to me, and I started seeing like, no, I've done things the wrong way, and I need to do things right.
Okay.
So we continued talking, and he never came. And I think around December is when now I decided to move out from my sister. That was
start
about
rebuilding your life.
6 months.
Wow, that was a long time, honestly.
Yeah.
You know the way how one day is long when you're waiting for something.
Imagine.
6 months, weeks, into months, into half a year.
Yeah. Okay. I think we are told that patience is good, but sometimes it's good to know what is really
the deadline
you're waiting. Yeah, you
exactly.
must have
how much
deadlines.
time you should wait before you just know this is not working and move on.
Yeah. So now I moved out. I got a small contract in the construction field.
Thank God your skills they remain with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if you put them dormant.
Yeah.
You could decide to ziamsha.
Yeah, you get up with them.
Just press play.
Okay. Yeah, so I got a small job, I did, and got some money and moved out.
Thank God.
So I started life afresh. And
are you still in contact, or you?
We are still in contact.
Okay.
After I moved out, I think a month after I moved out, a woman called me from Ghana and told me that this guy has been lying to me, and he is married. And she's the wife.
Oh Lord.
And I told her, where the hell have you been? You know? Where have you been all this while? I mean, this guy was even putting my photos on Facebook, my kids' photos on Facebook. And people would comment and call us his family. So where have you been? And I told her, if it is real, send me evidence. She went to their wedding album and sent me photos from an album. It's not like this Photoshop.
I know, not Photoshop.
It wasn't Photoshop. So she sent me photos. And
you had to believe.
Yeah, I believed. And I told the guy, this is what I have. I sent him. And he said, where did you get this? Block that number. She's lying.
Oh, no.
I'm like, really? Seriously? But later he accepted that it is true. He's been married to that woman for 10 years.
Hey. Wow.
They never had kids. And that is why, and they've been fighting so much, and he wants to get out. But seriously, he's there.
No, I know. Come on, these are the things you say before, way before. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, so I had to call things off, and now know that I've really been played. Yeah, and had to sober up and know.
And lost so much.
Yeah.
You know, emotionally,
Yeah, so now I started the process of now having that anger,
dealing with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know how to deal with it until I was lucky. I met my coach. I have a coach in life, a life coach.
Okay.
His name is Stephen Wiru, who runs an academy called Born to Lead Academy.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I met him and I was totally broke, and I didn't know he does that actually. He's an architect.
Oh, so the way that you met was not, it's not like you're seeking help, it's just circumstances led to your meeting.
Yeah.
And if he's an architect and you're a contractor, it's easy to meet in the workplace.
We had met earlier, many years back.
Okay.
And then we bumped into each other in town. So then I told him, by the way, I'm not doing so well. And
you are very honest, that's good.
Yeah. If you have some small job I can do to get Atakamani food, I would really appreciate.
Okay.
So he told me, instead of that, before we get to that, there's something I want you to see. Come to my classes. He had an open day, so I went for the open day. And I really wanted to join that class because personal development is now, it brings you to now discover yourself, discover who you are, discover your purpose, live it.
And sorting things out from the inside out.
Yes.
You know, a lot of times we start with the outside.
Yeah, yeah.
But I like that he told you before we do the contract to give you your physical needs, food and clothing and shelter, let's work on the inside. And then these others will always come.
Yeah. So I attended and I told him I cannot afford you.
I know, to be honest, coaching is expensive.
I really want this. I was at a point where I was feeling like I need counseling. I knew I needed counseling.
You could tell.
Yeah, I needed to be counseled. I needed someone to talk to me. I needed someone to show me direction. Apart from the money,
I know. Yeah,
I needed sanity. You know. Then he told me, you know, I've known you for so long. I know your potential. I know who you are.
Because maybe when you were starting, you had met earlier.
Yeah.
Probably was wondering what happened because, you know, your path was like, you know.
Yeah. He knew
your trajectory.
Me as someone who was very vibrant.
Yes.
And at one point, I remember he told me that since I left that place I was working, in the Muindi place I was working, he's never gone back there.
Oh, so you can imagine you're the one who used to make...
Yeah, he only went once and he never went back again because of the treatment he got after I left. So I think I had this charisma.
The impact, yeah.
And he told me that I have something in me that needs to come out.
Yes.
And if I go to his class, I will benefit very, very much. So I told him I cannot afford him. And he was so good, he gave me a scholarship. Thank God.
Thank God. Did you send a shout out to him?
Oh, yeah.
You better. Thank God for such people who help us in our time of need, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, so much later, I finished the class and I discovered my purpose. It was 10 weeks.
10 weeks, okay.
Yeah.
2.5 months, okay.
I discovered my purpose, and my purpose is to touch other people's lives. That's why I'm doing life coaching.
Yeah.
I'm running similar classes in Kitengela. That's where I live.
And hence the topic, getting unstuck from a painful past, because that's what you've gone through.
Yes.
And you yourself have gotten unstuck.
Yeah.
So you have the tools to be able to help somebody actually get out of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a process. Of course, you cannot just get unstuck in a day.
No.
It's a process.
Even getting stuck doesn't take a day. You know.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, but a lot of times people don't want to. They don't want to wait for the process. You know what I mean? They want magic. You know?
Yeah. And even now that I say that I'm unstuck, I can't say that it's all rosy.
Yeah,
I still get my fallbacks. Sometimes I get emotional a few times, but I have to know that I'm getting emotional.
Yes.
So I need to do this and that.
Yes.
To get up again.
Okay.
Yeah. So after I learned all that, now I became the person who helps other people also.
Yeah. Who are stuck in their journey as well.
Yeah, who are stuck in their journey.
Even as you work, even as you're doing your contract, you're a contractor.
Yeah.
That is still going on.
Yeah, it's still going on.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes there's something called denial, which is a great inhibitor of personal progress. How can you know when that you need to? At what point do you know that you need a life coach? Because even for you, you know, the person who identified that you do need that is him.
Yeah, it's him.
Although you said at some point you felt like you needed some counseling, but you didn't take that step of going to. So how can you, if there's a viewer who's watching and they're wondering, I'm having certain issues in my life, certain challenges, but at what point do you know you need a life coach? or you need a counselor? What is there like key indicators?
There are, because if you're stuck, you're that person who is always angry, who is always blaming other people for what happened to you.
Yes.
Even the people who have caused you the pain, you shouldn't blame them.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't, because we allow people to treat them. We can only, if you slap me and I let you slap me again.
Whose fault is it? Eh?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You take responsibility.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing. That
take
you take
responsibility.
responsibility for the things that are happening in your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
First step of getting unstuck is to accept. Feel the pain.
Feel
know
the
that
pain.
it is there. Know that you went through this, yes, and this is what it's making you feel.
Yeah.
So you have to accept that it happened.
Yes.
Then you have
Let
to
me stop you there.
acknowledge it.
Let me stop you there because that is what you're saying. It's so critical.
Yeah.
Feel the pain.
Yeah.
Do you know that's what people want to run away from?
Yeah.
People
I
want to
know.
run away from feeling the pain,
I
and
know.
what you do is you try and avoid it. You avoid it using alcohol. You avoid it using.
And if you avoid it, it never goes.
So acceptance is key.
You have to accept it.
Accept and feel the pain.
Yeah, you have to accept it. Know that it is there, and know that yes, this is what I'm feeling.
Guess what? We need to take a short break because time is not on our side. Viewer will be right back after this. Thank you.
Right. Ninani! Ninani! Carry on! Hola! Genius DJ, genius DJ, genius DJ, genius hype man. Wow! It's bigger, it's better, it's live. I'll be your host, Ipola the Experience.
Genius Republic DJ Karian.
Join us for Ekomziki each and every Sunday from 8 a.m.
For the best in gospel music as we host your favorite gospel ministers.
Every Sunday live on your favorite station,
GBS
GBS
TV.
TV. Boom, 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 boom. Carry on!
We're going to be in the kitchen learning how to do a few tricks. Hope that you're going to get the chance to cook this in your homes because it's very quick, it's very healthy, and it's very delicious. It's so nice. I love it.
I know.
Everywhere, GBS.
Back viewer, we have a life coach in studio, and the first thing we have determined is that you've got to accept the situation that you're in, and you've got to feel the pain instead of avoiding the pain and being in denial.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one, and that's something that you had to do yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to feel the pain, acknowledge the pain,
Yes.
and then you learn
Okay.
from it.
Learn from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If pain never makes us learn, then it never goes away.
Oh, really?
It never goes away. You have to look for the lesson that you really needed to learn from that. Because nothing happens for nothing.
Exactly.
And God is always watching, and God is always allowing us to go through these things.
Yes.
They don't just come and happen to
Okay.
us for no reason.
So there's a reason. So it's like you have to uncover the reason behind the pain, which is what
Yes.
you're calling learn from the pain.
Yeah.
And if you don't learn from it, it won't go away.
It doesn't go away.
And you know what people want is for it to go away. So that's a very key thing.
Yeah.
If you want the pain to go away, guess what? There's a solution. Learn from it.
Yeah. We think that healing the pain by, if it's a relationship, you get a rebound.
I know.
If it is maybe you lost money, you start drinking or you start smoking cocaine or drugs or such things. But instead of healing us, they even make us worse.
Exactly.
We tend to go through the same experience over and over again.
Yeah, because it's like telling you there's a lesson here you need to learn. There's a lesson here, but you keep ignoring it. So it gets deeper. It festers.
Yes.
And now you can imagine a physical wound which is left untreated. It keeps getting worse and worse. So the same happens emotionally and. You know,
and it's good you've raised the issue of a wound. This is an emotional and mental wound.
Yes.
And there's nothing as delicate as your mind.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you work on your mind, you work on accepting what has happened to you, and then you learn what lesson did this pain need me to learn.
Okay.
Yeah. The next point is stop the blame game.
Yeah.
Do not blame others. We tend to blame, like now, the education system. We blame the government.
I can imagine blaming the government for emotional wounds. It's a Ricali's idea.
And there's so much that we can learn.
Anything
from
instead of dealing.
Yeah. There's so much that we can learn from now your own research. Instead of relying on what your teachers taught you. Now, when we come to relationships, we only are treated the way we allow the other person to treat us. If this person, like now, I gave this guy money. I used to give him money. I gave him we go to the village. I do the shopping. I feed him and his boys. I pay rent. Everything. I'm doing everything. And a man needs to take part to put his foot down and take charge.
Exactly.
But he didn't do that.
Yeah.
And
but forgetting him, also you, maybe he the first time he asked for it as a loan, that I'm going to pay you back.
Actually, he asked it for small loan.
Yes.
Maybe like 2,000.
Yes.
And I was very quick to give it.
And it didn't come back.
It didn't come back.
And then the next time he asked for more.
Yeah.
And you gave.
Yeah.
Very different from a bank or.
And the next time he's asking me, "Oh, you got paid? How much? Oh, that's nice. Then we are going to do this." No, now
you're like, no, this is my money. I have plans for it. It's not ours. Like, we're not planning for it. I'm really confused.
No, for me, I was okay because it's our money, family money. I didn't.
What is it that made you keep giving and giving? Even, you didn't even make sometimes organizations can give you a loan or they can give you a grant. A loan you pay back, a grant you don't, but at least we look at how it's going to be used. How come you kept on giving and giving loans without the money coming back, but you're okay with that?
I think that ever since I was a small child, I've been very generous. Yes. And I think my generosity never had boundaries.
Okay. Yeah.
And I never used to know that I really need to look back and have an account of what I've been doing.
And you're an accountant.
Imagine, Ganga Hajigangi.
Ganga Hajigangi. That's so true. Okay, so that's the second point. You basically have to learn. You have to learn from the pain.
Yeah. Then you stop blaming the other person.
That's what I want to hear. Stop the blame game.
Don't blame other people. Acknowledge that you had a part to play.
Okay.
And the part I had to play was being careless.
Yes.
Yeah. I was careless. And I felt like I wasn't complete.
Yes.
That is what brought all this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you said earlier that there were red flags along the way.
Yeah.
But you kind of kept either minimizing them, making them look smaller than they were, or ignoring or denying them.
Yeah, he was a very apologetic man. He would apologize. We would even go to Kesha that day and pray. And
using religion also.
Yeah.
So cover up.
So I was very forgiving, and but I never used to take account. It's not money that we just need to take account for.
And even your
time, and even the way this person has been over and over again. So it started with the money. Now when I started getting broke, women are calling, "Oh, do you know this guy? I gave him some money and he's not returned.
So this is stuff that he was doing to other women also?
Yeah, he started now lying to other women that he's single. He even lied to one woman that he's single and was dating her to marry her. And
oh my God. So for him, it's a chronic thing that is going on. But nevertheless, you're still saying we shouldn't blame such a person.
No.
Because when you blame someone, you become the victim.
Yeah.
And when you're the victim, you can't, you can only, you have no power, no control to...
Yeah. It means that you have not learned anything.
Yeah.
You've not really learned, because if you keep blaming, it means that this person had so much power over you and still has.
Yeah.
This person still has. And, you know, even the way they grew up, sometimes, you know, when I thank God for personal development. It teaches you to empathize with people even when they are wrong.
Yes.
Because you don't know how this person grew up, their origin. And we are usually at a sum total of the things that have been put in us as we grew up.
That's true.
And even in us as by ourselves as we have grown.
I'm looking at you in awe because I'm like, you're talking about empathize, not even with yourself, with the person who is causing all this pain.
I feel sorry for him. By empathizing, I feel sorry for him because if he was a different person, kind of a person, I can imagine where he could have been. Yeah. With the sweet mouth that he has.
I know. Probably be very ahead in life.
Yeah.
He sounds like a charmer, you know.
Yeah. There's one woman who was being interviewed. I can't remember her name. She was raped and had a daughter, and the daughter was already a teenager. And then when she was being interviewed, she was asked, "How do you feel about this guy?" And she said, "I feel sorry for him." Yeah. Because he has a daughter somewhere he doesn't know, who is very brilliant. And actually the daughter had another daughter. So he has a daughter and a granddaughter who are very beautiful. They are great people and he has no clue about it.
Maybe he's just suffering somewhere.
Yeah.
So isolated and alone.
Yeah. Okay. So that is now what empathy is all about. Yeah. You empathize with the person who wronged you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of blaming them.
Yeah. Because even now, if I had a way to help him, I would. So that he stops hurting other women even.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the tools? Okay, when you go into coaching, what happens? Is it an individual thing, or is it like, do you form a group? Because you said that you have something you're doing in Kitengela. Tell us a little bit about that.
I have a class. I do classes of a few people. Okay. The number that registers. Yeah. So
what's
we
the
go
name of the program?
It's Angelic Achievers.
Angelic Achievers. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you on social media?
Yes, I am.
What is give people your contact so that they can be able to reach out to you?
My contacts are 0720 265 374 or 0733 265 347. And Angela Katua on Facebook, Angela Katua on Twitter, on Instagram, and Angelique Achievers. Angelique with QUE.
Oh, QUE, not C. Angelique,
not
LIC.
C. Yeah, not
QUE. Okay.
Yeah, QUE.
Cool.
Yeah, we're trying to go even to
international. Already you are international.
We are trying to go international.
Thank you. Yeah, yes. Because these are things that affect humans, irrespective of where they are, their geographical space. Yeah. So you can actually go beyond boundaries, and you see, so you know, with social media also, you really can.
Yeah.
There are no boundaries, geographic boundaries. They are really minimized.
That is true. Yeah. That is true. Now, point number 3 is. You've already acknowledged, you've learned, and you're not blaming. The fourth is to forgive.
To forgive.
Yeah. You have to forgive. Okay. And by forgiving is now setting yourself free from the pain, from that person. You're not acknowledging that this person, it is okay that what this person did to you.
Yeah, you are accepting that it is wrong.
Yeah, you are accepting that it is wrong, yes. But and then you forgive to move on. Okay. And there are so many things to forgive, even when it comes to death. Yeah. Forgive death for making you feel what you're feeling, what you felt. Acknowledge that you are going through that pain. Yes. And don't blame anyone for, because we are all gonna die someday.
Yeah.
And then also learn from the death.
Learn from the death in terms of maybe ensuring that you have quality time with people. Or
Yeah.
you make time for people.
Like,
Because you never know how much time you have with people.
Yeah. Last year, but 2017, I lost my brother. And 2 days after we buried him, I lost my house help. And what I learned from my brother, because we were with him that evening and the following day he was not there. What I learned is that life is really short.
It is, yeah.
And we have to take care of ourselves now and know that we are soon going to go somewhere.
Yes.
And we will never see the people that we love. So we have to really learn to embrace the time we spend with our loved ones.
And to love them while you can, to be present.
Yeah.
Because you never know about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so easy to say that, but it needs to impact your life.
Yeah.
Like it needs to be like a lifestyle, not just something you're saying.
It has to be a lifestyle, true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Losing my house girl taught me that it can get worse.
Yes.
It can get worse than it is. You can be going through pain because you working as a house girl
Already things are
of a person who is already distressed.
Yes.
You know.
I know.
Of course, you're not even being paid so well as you deserve.
Yes.
So you must be going through issues,
Yes.
and that even led you to come to be helped. I mean, to work as a house help.
Exactly.
And you die, and you have a kid.
I know. It's like
So
things can get worse.
it can get worse. Yeah. So we have
And that
to
makes
really
you
do
to
our
be
best.
grateful also, maybe.
Yeah.
When you see that things can get worse, you're able to look and say, okay, I thank God that at least for me,
Yeah.
I have this going, I have this going. As much as I'm dealing with this challenge, I have a couple of other things that I'm grateful for.
Yeah. True. Yeah. So we have to always keep learning from whatever happens to us.
That's good. I like the way that you're injecting. It's really about injecting hope into somebody's life, because you can get to situations or to a place where you feel like you're at your end and that there's no hope. When you look this way, you look the other way, you're not being able to make headway of how the future will be better. But it's possible for the future to get better, irrespective of where you find yourself at.
You have to also be hopeful, for
Yes.
better things.
So how do people get in touch with angelic? What did you call it? Sorry,
Angelic achievers.
Angelic achievers.
Yeah.
Do people seek you or do you seek them?
People seek me, and I advertise myself on social media.
Yeah. Okay.
I've just advertised myself here.
So if somebody
Yeah,
is feeling like they're in a situation that is difficult,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we talked about at what point do you decide that you need external help? You would see that if you're feeling very angry,
If you're not okay with who you are,
yes,
you feel that you need change, but you don't know how to go about it. Sometimes we are going through something, we want to change, we know what we want to do, but we keep on procrastinating.
yes,
We don't have the push,
the drive,
the drive to go further, to go to the next level.
yes,
Yeah, and now that brings us to the 5th point, which is getting action plan. Action plan.
Yes.
You have to now get moving. Do something that drives you away from what you are doing, what you are feeling,
Yes.
to something different.
Okay.
Yeah. Like now my part, I went for classes, and I've started using my experience to help other people.
Enrich others, yes.
To enrich other people, and even do many other things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, that's true, because also being in a space where you're so idle, and yes, you have accepted, you're aware, but you're not yet doing anything.
Yeah.
Mentally, it's not a very good place to be yet, because what happens is that even if you're not doing anything physically, your mind is thinking, and maybe the thoughts that are coming are not positive.
Yeah.
And so that tends to weigh you down.
Yeah.
So when you go out there and you get involved in something that you're passionate about, you're likely to have a more healthier mental space.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes when you're going through stress because of what has happened to us, we even want to stay alone. We don't want to leave the house.
Yes.
We feel so...
to sleep for so long.
Yeah.
Those are the signs. You know, as we're talking, the signs are coming.
Yeah.
You know, when you find that the things you used to be passionate about, you're not as passionate about them.
Yeah.
Your friends are trying to reach out to you, you want to avoid them.
Yeah.
Those are indicators that something is amiss.
Yeah.
And instead of ignoring them, this is the point now, you start reaching out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is true.
Yeah.
And many times we keep on saying, we hear many people say, I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning person. And we take it so lightly.
Yes.
Everyone
we all
should be
wake
a
up
morning
in the
person.
morning.
Yes, yes. And we should wake up with a vibrant day. Energetic and
happy for the new day.
Yeah. We should wake up motivated that this is what I'm going to do today. It's going to be a good day. Great things are going to happen to me today. And we maintain that positivity in our lives and whatever it is that we are planning to do.
Yes.
Point number 6 is now maintaining a positive mindset, and you have to work on your mind. It doesn't just come.
Yes.
And
it's not like automatic. You've got to. It's intentional.
It has to be intentional. It has to. You have to work on it, and it has to be intentional every day.
Yes.
If maybe something happens, you have to look at it from the positive side.
Yeah.
You have to look at the positive side of whatever happens to you, whether it is pain or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You have to change your mindset completely,
and
believe that things are going to work for you.
Yeah,
in a
things are
better
going to
way.
be better.
Yeah,
that's a mindset. That's what we're basically saying. That a lot of things, you have to work at things from your mind and from your emotions.
Yeah,
because sometimes we are so preoccupied with the external.
That is true. Yeah,
and we forget that the heart of the matter is actually internal. Now, what I wanted to also ask is, I find that when somebody has gone through an experience and overcome, it tends to be very life-changing, because another thing that happens is maybe when you are going through this situation, you felt isolated, like you're the only one going through it.
Yeah.
Do we have forums in Kenya where women can, like, for example, if you're an alcoholic, we have Alcoholics Anonymous. Do you have such groups for other types of people who are going through a rough time? For example, like if you're addicted to relationship, maybe you're in a relationship that's not working, but instead of getting out, you're remaining in it. You see, that's a thing also in a way. It's related to alcohol. It's not doing you good, but you're not able to get out of it. Do we have such groups where maybe women can apply or get in touch with a group near them and have these weekly meetings? Because I think that when you go to a place and somebody shares and you identify with them, your isolation reduces. Because you know that, this is normal. These things happen to other people. I'm not the only one. Huh? Kumbe, we can even laugh about it. Oh my God, you did that. You think that's worse? I even did worse. Can you imagine I did this? As you're talking like that, healing is happening.
Yeah.
Do you have such groups in Kenya?
I'm not aware of such groups. The only group I know that works with women and helps them believe in themselves and believing that they can be breadwinners, they can challenge life, they can come out there and be their best. It's called Women in Africa. I'm a member of that group. I'm actually the programs director in Kenya.
Oh, fantastic. You do many things. You wear many caps. That's awesome.
We can all do so many things, by the way.
So is that more about economic empowerment?
We talk to girls in schools.
Okay.
We talk to, and we still talk to the boys, not just the girls, because the girl cannot do well and leave the boy out.
And everybody
because
needs
we
to
need,
be empowered.
We need everyone to be empowered so that we all be well.
We're all well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we work with, but our focus is mostly on girls and women. Okay. We want to phase out this thing of believing that I have to get a sponsor to get out there to make it.
Not that
I need to have a
be
man.
The sponsor.
Sometimes we even look at it like you have a boyfriend and you keep asking for things from this guy, and he's even your age mate.
And you yourself,
this is a sponsor. He's not a boyfriend.
You also have a job also.
Yes, you have
a
job.
You don't use your money for yourself.
Actually,
what do women do with their money?
Actually, there's something that I always talk about women asking for money for the salon.
I do.
It is so, I don't know.
Basic.
It's so
Do
basic.
men
It's
ask women for the barbershop money?
no. And
Just kidding.
why would you ask for money for the salon? It's part of your grooming. Why don't you groom yourself?
I know.
And if you have to ask for money for salon, there are so many ways of making your hair in cheap ways. I know women are hating me right now.
I do.
but
I
it's-
can imagine. You just speak, girl. Whatever you need to say.
yeah, but we have to speak the truth. Yeah, you have a boyfriend, you keep on asking him for small monies, and you think that he's a boyfriend. No, he's a sponsor already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
You shouldn't. You should be able to manage your own
You
life.
should manage yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why your parents brought you up, so
Yes.
to become independent
Yeah.
and take care of yourself. You know, those things, you don't have to, somebody doesn't have to do them for you.
Yeah.
And women, we tend to be very interesting because when we come across men who want us to do that for them, we're not happy.
Yeah.
But how about flipping the coin, like, the
Yes.
reverse,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Then we're quiet and laughing. Then they will call.
And there's something that happens to women when we are growing up in primary school. Girls perform very well.
Yes.
In high school, same way. But when it comes to now the job market,
Yes.
why do we have only men leaders? Where are the women who used to top in primary and high school?
Exactly.
Where did they go? Something goes wrong somewhere. So we are trying to work with the mindset of the woman
Yeah.
to stop believing that I need to be held so that I move.
To make it, you can make it, you're well able.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mindset that those girls had, somewhere it gets phased away.
Yeah.
And we need to work on it continuously.
Wow, you're doing actually a lot to get people unstuck.
Yeah.
Not just from their physical, from the situations physically, but even in their emotions and in their minds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm thinking about. So would you say that you've healed? Maybe another thing is somebody you can be dealing with something also for so long. Is there a time when you tell? What are the signs that I think I'm healing? I think I'm healing based on how I was before and after. Are there indicators of progress?
Yes, there is. If like now my case, if this guy calls, I don't get agitated.
Yeah,
I will-
anxiety.
Yes, how are you?
You
Fine.
don't talk, yeah.
I'm fine, and how are the
He
kids?
still
They're
calls,
fine.
eh?
Once in a while, he does.
Eh,
Yeah.
I was totally, absolutely in love. Whatever. Guess what? It's time for you to give us your parting shot.
Okay.
But I like what you said. That's one of the signs that you don't get agitated. You're able to deal. You're able to deal.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you get so anxious and emotional, it's a sign that you're not dealing. You're still overwhelmed.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So give us your parting shot, please, so that we can wrap up the show.
Okay. Our topic was getting unstuck, and I believe that being stuck is a state of mind. It is not because of what has happened to you. It is all about what is going through your mind. And if you change your mindset, then you get unstuck. Slowly by slowly, you find yourself getting out of the situation that you were in. And I don't know if it's okay to give my contact.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, my name is Angela Katua. You can get me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. And Angelique Achievers is my organization. I do personal coaching. I do personal coaching on life coaching, on personal development. So I can do one-on-one classes, and I also do a class in general. So feel free to contact me on 0720 265 374.
Excellent. Thank you so much. It's been such an honor for you to come to us here and my viewer. And thank you for even just being courageous enough to share your story. A story of failure at the beginning, but through it, look at all the organizations that you're part of that have resulted as a result of you getting unstuck out of your pain.
Yeah.
So when you get out of your pain, you're able to help so many others to also do the same, and you also just so many channels come up because a lot of people do need to know how to face their issues in their lives and how to overcome their challenges that they're facing. So thank you so much for joining us today. It's been awesome, and remember to subscribe to our channel GBS TV Kenya, and we shall see you next time. Bye.